The only way that you are guaranteed to fail is to not even bet in the first place. Not to wait for eternity. You don't push the chips in. You don't put the chips on the fucking cards, because, well, it's been good enough. And this is why I say that most people don't want to sacrifice. And fine, but don't want the success, the things that the successful people have. So what's up, Massinger here. Today is unregular day because I have not been doing so much, but I want to stick to the daily uploading. So this is going to be more of a mindset video rather than build this, build that. Because when we start things and we stick to them, there is a very high correlation between why we do things. Because when you don't have a strong reason, when you don't have a strong why, when shit gets hard, then you will quit. And this is why mindset is very important. And this is why I do this video, rather than just, yeah, of course there is I need to post, but I would like to just share my thoughts. And those of the people who not going to like this, let's say, because this is not going to be that soft pussy video that, yeah, well, I'm from balance is key and do this, do that. I have already fucked off right now, so thank God. Or if not, then fuck off right now. But in this video I'm going to talk about more of going into a monk mode myself, and just talking about the path. Not like, yeah, this is so hard, guys, please validate me, please. I don't really give a fuck. I know that I have went through hard shit. I know that I had to, and did that despite of any social reinforcement. The main theme of this video is going to be sacrifice must be progressively overloaded. And why does that matter? Or how is it made actually? When you first start off your journey, or at least I'm going to speak from experience, I don't generalize here. When I first started off, I was a video gamer, and I played all day, every day. I was failing in school, all those stuff. And I really was obsessed about one thing, which was playing League, and I just only solo grinded. And I kind of got used to like playing alone, because I thought to myself, well, if I play with others, if I duo with a person, the first few matches were fun, and we were winning, but then we went into like massive fucking lose streaks. So I just thought to myself, well, if it wasn't even about that my duo was shit. It was just our teammates, the other 3 person, around us was fucking retards, because the matchmaking compensated the big fucking the duo was compensated with shit teammates, and the enemy was like basically as good as like us. So it was hard to win, and I rather said to myself, oh fuck it, I'm just going to go solo anyways, because it's hard like this, and it's harder like this than playing solo. And from going from there, this is going to like take into the to the next step, which is first I sacrifice devices, mainly porn, video games, I don't know, watching entertainment videos, even movies. Yeah, it's like watch a few movies a month, 1, 2, maybe 4, but I rarely do that. And then and I don't watch it like every single day, or in like you get the point. I don't know how to say this, but like, let's say 5 days apart, but in one block. So let's say I watch the 4 movies in 2 days, then I don't watch for another month, and I do that. So it is more like bigger periods in between the off times, and this way I sacrificed pleasure and the dopamine things for a lower. Basically, this way it is like more of a dopamine detox, if you heard about that. The basis of that is that most people say, but balance is key. I can play 1 hour of video games at the end of the day. Even if you could, let's say, just play 1 hour, most people play more than 1, or at least I would play like more than 1, like 2, 3, maybe 5 if I could, because 1 hour is like nothing. It's like fucking like just get you started, and you start to salivate in that sense to want to play more. But even if you could, you would get so much dopamine in that 1 hour that the rest of your day looked kind of boring and dull and shit. Would feel like a slog compared to that, because how we feel is relative. Basically, you compare, your brain compares it to stimuli, external stimuli. And when your baseline, your day, when you work, when you do things, and it's not stimulating, that gives you, let's say, 50 dopamine points per hour. When you are playing video games, that gives you 50, let's say 2 times. So it gives you 100. So your baseline, your well-being, your brain will think, yeah, well, if I could get 100 per hour, I will want to max that out, and I want to get as much of that 100 per hour as possible. And your rest of the day will feel worse. When you don't do that, when you sacrifice porn, video games, all these stuffs, yeah, your life overall stays the same, but your relative, let's say the work gives you a bit more than just existing. Existing gives you let's say 25. Working gives you 50. And playing gives you 100. So what your brain doesn't take into account is that as you get used to a stimulus, basically, playing video games, it goes down in reward over time, and you want to basically want more. This is why you get intolerant to, let's say, jacking your dick and playing video games. It starts as very fun, then it levels off. And this is what it doesn't take into account, that your rest of your day will feel worse compared to that. It's not just, yeah, this is 100, this is 25. No, the 25 will go down to 10 if you play video games, because your well-being overall will decrease if you play and you overstimulate yourself in those hours. And this gave a big problem. And when I totally fucking cut these out, and I'm not saying that I don't jack off, I do. Let's be honest, I'm fucking horny as fuck, but I don't just jack off mindlessly. Sometimes I get to the fucking rabbit hole myself as well. Okay, that's okay, but I am overloading the gaps in between, so it's 4-5 days apart. I think now I'm at 4 days. I want to get up to 5 days apart. The thesis of this video is to sacrifice must be overloaded. First, we sacrifice these vices. Then we sacrifice distractions, kind of vices, but playing games, and distractions could be other people as well. Another thing is that when I talked about playing solo for a long time, or mostly solo, I back in the day, I'm kind of grateful for that, because now I basically cut off all my friends, so I basically have 0 friends at all, and it's, yeah, you would guess that it's not that nice to have basically nobody to talk to. Yeah, rarely I talk to some not relatives, but the guys who I know. But I'm not close friends, and I don't talk to daily or even regularly to anybody. I just am at home, work on my thing, and think to myself. Maybe talk to ChatGPT. That's the fucking only person that I talk to. And you might say, yeah, this is sudden, and this is the price that I have to pay. This is the sacrifice that I'm willing to pay, because just if the soft people have already went away, if you are interested, I do this because I have a high standard, a very high standard for people that I fucking I want to keep in my life, because you are the average of the 5 person you compare yourself to, not necessarily you spend your time with, but mostly who you spend your time with, you will compare yourself to them. And when you are surrounded with losers, fucking fat, flobby cretins who don't exercise or don't do anything, it doesn't have to be, because I'm newbie in this, that I want to exercise and get into the gym, get consistent. But what's more important is if they don't exercise, at least are they going somewhere in life? Because if they are grinding so hard on their project, on their studies, on their work, on their side hustle, that they don't have time or bandwidth to do that, I accept that, because I have been one of them. But when they are not going anywhere in life, then fucking don't hang around them, because you are not going to. Motivation is deprivation. When you are hungry, that's because you have not eaten for long. When you basically don't eat for a period of time, you will be deprived of food, thus will be motivated to eat. Just as with jacking off or fapping or having sex, whatever, you get the point. When you have losers who don't make money, who don't grind, who don't do jack shit in their life, who are just wasting away, bed rotting, gooning, whatever, you will not have any motivation to do whatsoever, nothing basically, and you're going to be more like them. Because if the broke people would be the most motivated to grind and do something, but they are not, because they are friends with other fucking broke losers, so they won't. This is why a millionaire probably is more motivated than a fucking broke person, because the millionaire will be surrounded with higher tier guys who are making, let's say he's making 1 million per month, which is obscenely big amount, and not a year, per month. He's making 1 mil per month and not cheating. He's still, shut the fuck up. It's possible to do that, and don't like small dick yourself to like, but it's not, but it's possible. Like Elon Musk can make like 1 million per hour, bro. So shut the fuck up. It's not possible. So when the millionaire is surrounded by, let's say, guys who are making 5-10 million per month, he makes 1 mil. Do you think he will be more motivated to grind and like take their advice, and then even like grind and let's say, yeah, these guys are all making like 10 mil. Why couldn't I? I'm as smart as them, and yeah, of course they are not like 10 times as smart as me. So why couldn't I? So he will grind. He will have the motivation, because it is like kind of cringe in his social hierarchy or social circle to be, yeah, this guy only makes 1 mil. He has the work ethic. He's very smart, but bro, he's only making 1 mil. So he will be more likely to grind, rather than he will be more motivated to do that. And this is why I don't surround myself with the average people, the normies, because they don't have fucking shit going on in their life. They are not ambitious. Or if they are ambitious, they don't fucking show any sign of like, it's one thing to say that, yeah, I'm ambitious, I want to make 1 million per month. And where is the proof? Where are the actions that you are willing to take, these sacrifices that you are willing to make? Let's say, if you say that you want to make 10k per month, which is more reasonable to a starter than 1 mil, of course it is reasonable as well, but like for a longer period of time, in a longer timeline, 10k per month, I think in 2 or 3 years is probably achievable. I'm not there yet, but I believe that. So people claim ambition even though that they're sleeping for fucking, and they can't wake up earlier for like with like 1 hour. So it's not about what people say that, you know, I'm ambitious, I'm this and this. It's just don't believe them, what they say, based on what they say. Believe them on their words. If as I wanted to say, if a guy says that I want to hit 10k per month, and he's grinding as hard as fuck for like 8 hours straight every single day, I believe him. I believe him that he can do it. If he is playing like whole day Fortnite or anything, or goons all day, he barely does like 10 minutes of work, or even that a day. No wonder I don't believe him, because he doesn't fucking show any sign that he's at least aligns with like his identity. So this is why I don't hang out with losers. The other thing is that like So first we sacrifice, or at least I sacrifice the devices, or like most of them, and the worst. And then I sacrificed like the distractions, the videos, all these things, so I could work. And now I have sacrificed totally friends, because I don't want to be friends with losers. And this is the period when I need to go through like a kind of a desert, that I am too good for my old friends, in that sense that I don't want to hang out with them, so they drown me, and they fucking push me down back where I was, into the mediocre life that I don't want to live. But I'm not good enough. I don't have the success, the material, or the lagging indicators, these outcomes yet, that I will fit into the new group of friends, the cool guys who have already made the money or whatever. I don't have success yet based on outside metrics, and that takes time, and I'm completely okay with that. If it takes 2, 3, 4 years, if it takes 2 years, so be it. I'll be here, and I will be working on my projects. I will be contributing to humanity, in that sense that I will build projects that are useful, and that will bring value to humanity. Because I will, like, if you don't know, I work on the Contact, then I will work on the Ostwald, then I will move to higher stakes, in that sense that I will do synthetic fuel production. And to do that, I need to learn about system control, behaviors, all this stuff. So I basically get started with these little systems that are not that complicated, and easier, have like lower stakes. Let's say they are 1 atmosphere, or barely above 1 atmosphere pressure, at operating pressure. They have like, let's say, okay, the Oswald is like high temp, in the sense that it's like 800, 900 degrees C, so that's its own thing. But and corrosive, both. But they will teach me a lot of lessons that I will be able to pick up and have as experience in this field, and will be able to like make faster progress in that. And I will have some experience, not starting from ground zero in like a harder environment, which is like more cutthroat, in that sense that it is 50 bars, which is like high bar, like medium pressure, and it's kind of dangerous. But I will be working on this, and I believe that I can be successful with this, because I think there is a need for this in the future, and growing, increasing need in the future. Always have things. We have like distractions, friends in our lives every time. And the good question is that, are we willing to sacrifice those for the next set of things that are greater than this, that are better, but we need to give them into the talon, or into the not to the trash, but we need to push the chips, and put the chips onto the cards in like poker. You need to bet. Basically, you need to pull your chips in before you know that you can win. You have a high likelihood, in that sense that you know that you can do it, because you have done it in the past, and you believe that you have a good deck, which you have basically stacked. In real life, you don't just have random cards, but you have like you stack the deck in your favor with the skills, with the things that you do. Basically, you don't work like 1 hour per day, because then you would like stack the deck in the enemy's favor, which would, like, why would I work less and work less hard than the competitors? Fuck that. So I stack the deck in my favor in the game of business, and in life basically, and I push the chips in the middle before I can win anything. And I'm willing to sacrifice these things for a set of greater reward in the future. But this takes courage, and also like the willingness that, yeah, I have high standards, and this is why I wouldn't date, and this is why I sacrifice relationships with women, because I know that I could pull like a 4 out of 10 girl right now, but I'm not willing to do that, because I don't want to live a 4 out of 10 life. I want to live like an 8 or 9 out of 10 life, because probably 10 out of 10 is like pretty like not attainable. But I believe that 9 or 8 out of 10 life is attainable, and that's pretty good. But most people live a 4 out of or 3 out of 10 life, which is like a passive discomfort, and they relive the same exact 6 months of their life. They tell exact same stories, jokes. They don't move on. They basically relive the same exact period once their health gets up to like when they are 20, 25 years old. Then it goes down and they die, and that's it. They don't hit any material success. They work for a full lifetime. They don't even have 100K in the bank when they die, and that's the average of most people. And I don't want to be like that. I want to have an extreme life, and to have extreme results, you need to have extreme dedication, extreme amount of sacrifice, extreme amount of willingness to give in everything that you have. And I believe in balance, but not in the short term, daily, but long term. Let's say I work 8-10 hours per day for a month, or maybe even multiple months. Then I will take off for like 1 month. But we'll think about this more, because now I just don't really fucking feel like taking off months. I might as well just like not push that hard. Let's say I work, but I don't work that hard. I'm not in that big of a rush. I just take time. I just drink coffee, just talk to my father, I don't know, to my sister, whatever. And I don't really like achieve that much, or as much as if I would be in a rush and I would like push full day, and I wouldn't even talk to anybody. Just have fun, in that sense that I just socialize. But this way it's more sustainable, rather than just watching movies all day or that type of shit, because it gets boring, let's say that way. This is what I wanted to tell, and this is what it takes. After all, I will watch this back probably in the future and will think, yeah, I've been right. Or if I don't, then I will say I've been wrong. But what I have been seeing is all successful people are like this. They don't have fucking daily balances, because it doesn't like wanting extraordinary things, but doing the same effort and same behaviors, the same actions as the normal people and expecting better results will not get you there anyway. Because normal effort, normal activities, normal balance results a normal life, which is mediocre, which we don't want. So we either decide that we accept the price and push the chips in, or we cry and don't push the chips in, but then we won't win anyways. Because when you don't risk things, you are guaranteed, the only way that you are guaranteed to fail is to not even bet in the first place. Not to wait for eternity. You don't push the chips in. You don't put the chips on the fucking cards, because, well, it's been good enough. And this is why I say that most people don't want to sacrifice. And fine, but don't want the success, the things that the successful people have, when you are not willing to sacrifice. Because to be able to progress, you need to get used to having pain, because pain is the price of progress. And that might be uncomfortable, but that's the truth. Because you either grow, you stagnate, or you decline. Everything is painful. Pain is a constant in life. Because when you grow, that's hard. You need to put more effort. You are out of your comfort zone. When you stagnate, it's hard, because you don't know why you are not progressing anymore. You see that even you put in more effort, it doesn't increase the output. You are just in there like the average person. Yeah, there must be more than this. And when you decline, when you basically your health gets worse, woman breaks up, takes the kid with you, all those stuff, or from you, when you are 40, divorces you, takes half of your money, all those stuff. That's hard, that's painful. All these are painful. Now you can actually like choose which pain you would want to endure. The pain of progress, I'm willing to endure that. And the pain of progress shows in the things that you want to sacrifice. That's it for today. So thanks for watching. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.